Welcome back, everybody. You know, when it comes to any legal issue, anyone who has ever walked into a situation without a lawyer realizes they have made a costly mistake in just a few minutes. This can be especially true when it comes to your Social Security disability claim. Well, thank goodness Jed Dietrich is back today to explain how and why you need a lawyer in this situation. Welcome back, Jed. I missed you last week.
I agree. I missed you also, Linda. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm glad you had a great time out in California. I was there with my family this past summer and had a great time. It's a beautiful shoreline there. People don't understand what a great asset we have in the United States out in the West Coast there. They want to go to Europe, they go to Florida, they go to the Cancun or Mexico. No, it's great. It is. And then we support our economy. That's important.
Absolutely.
So keep it here is what I like to say.
You might be able to afford a trip like that if you hire a lawyer for your Social Security disability, because I'm telling you, nobody will be looking out for your interests like yourself and the attorney that you bring into court with you.
Well, I think it's important, Linda, to identify the fact that when you have a Social Security disability claim, you generally apply on your own, and then it goes to the appeal stage, and the appeal stage is normally a hearing. In my office, what we like to do is, at the appeal stage, look at the person's medical records, all of their prior medical records, and then try to get the person to the proper doctors who can evaluate their particular special problem. And when people are on Social Security disability, the reports have to be written up properly. So it's my job, or any good lawyer's job, to review those reports and make sure that the key language is in those reports such that the Social Security Administration says, hey, okay, this case qualifies. And frequently in my office, we've been able to take a case where the person's been rejected the first time around, and there's been a hearing scheduled, and that's the time they should call my office at 839-3939. And then we amalgamate the reports, and then we try to get the favorable decision without even having a hearing. And we've done a nice job of that. And then when the hearing comes forward, I think it's crucial to have a lawyer, because you need a lawyer to prepare you for the questions. The judge will ask questions. There may even be a vocational expert there that the Social Security Administration hires, and that vocational expert is there to review the claimant's records, the person who's applying for benefits, and also to give that person's opinion concerning your ability to go back to work. Now, what they do is they look at how old you are and your educational experience coupled with your work experience to determine where you fit in terms of being able to get Social Security benefits. And then obviously they look at your medical records, and it's important to have a doctor, at least one doctor, preferably your primary medical doctor, saying, hey, I know this person's record, I know what they did for a living, and based on what they did for a living and their current medical problems, I don't think they can work. I mean, that's typically what you need. That's an important document. And then the Social Security Administration has a right to have you evaluated by their own people, their own doctors, for an independent medical exam. So it's important in any legal situation to get the right counseling. It doesn't cost anything in my office, and the standard in this Social Security arena is for us to work on a contingency arrangement, which means that we will get all your medical records, we will assemble them, we will contact you, call you back and forth, and we don't charge you for letters that go out of my office. I don't charge for extra phone calls or anything like that. It's all contingency arrangement.
And people will work with you.
That's exactly right, Linda.
Important.
I specifically work with the people when it comes to the Social Security disability claims and also the personal injury claims. I mean, I've got a smaller office where it's our focus to return every call within one business day, and we treat others the way we want to be treated. And that's the philosophy I live by, and my clients appreciate it. And that leads to further clients and a good relationship. We can't help everybody, but the people that call us, we try to do our very best to get them the results that they need.
And what you said right at the beginning of this segment is so important. When you go to make that claim, it's almost like they're asking you to do it, and it's almost like they're not expecting you to even have an attorney. But as soon as you hand that paperwork in, believe me, they've got plenty of attorneys on the other end who are making decisions. If you go in and you don't have this looked at by an attorney, you are at such a disadvantage, because, like you say, just the language that you're using is something that they're really deciding a lot on, and you could be out an awful lot of money or not your fair share of what you're looking for.
That's exactly right. Now, again, the important distinction for Social Security is you're generally trying to tap into the money you've paid along the way, first of all. So it's not like you're trying to get something you're not entitled to, number one. Number two is I was recently at a hearing, and the judge, some judges are tougher than others, and this particular judge was very piercing when it came to questioning my client. And I had prepared my client on 2 separate occasions occasions before the hearing, so she knew it was coming. She knew the questions were coming, and I know from my background what the questions generally will be. And some of these judges will say, hey, what was it when you went to your pain management doctor? Did you tell your pain management doctor you were doing pretty good? You were able to vacuum and move things around your home? And the person said, yes, but I had to take medication, and then I was laid up for 2 or 3 days. So they get into every little report. They really do. And so you need the preparation based on the reports that I will review with the claimant before the hearing, and then we go to the hearing, we're prepared. And when you go in, you got to make the best impression that you can.
And
that's very important.
You don't want to be the kind of person who sits back at the end and says, if I had only known. That's what this segment is for, so you do know. Because that's very important. Some people really are depending on that money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you want to try to get the stream of income so you can set up for the future, so that you can be comfortable in paying your bills. And with the Social Security, you get your statement every year, and you know generally what may be coming, but they look at your history, and then they look at your medical records, and to fit in, to determine whether you're eligible for the benefits, you need somebody who has the experience of being through it before, to pick out the important parts and to show them to the judge.
Well, you know, anytime you go against the legal system, even if you're called in for jury duty, it's very intimidating. And you have to understand, when it's you that you're fighting for yourself, nobody is on your side but your attorney, but Jed. And you really feel that when you walk in, that you're either being very well taken care of, or, oh boy, I've made a big mistake because I don't have anybody here but me.
That's right, Linda.
It's so important.
Well, as I've said before, we're attorneys and counselors at law. We're there to be there to listen to you on the phone, to talk to you, to see you in person, to help you through the process. Because as I say in my business, in my father's business, people come to me when they're in a time of need. I'm there for them. That's my chosen profession. I enjoy doing it.
All right, Jed, let's give people that information. I know they're waiting there with a pencil. 839-3939. 839-3939. It's a very simple number. That's the Dietrich Law Firm. And you may also log on to www.calljed.com, conveniently located right on Kensington Avenue in Amherst. And this preceding segment was sponsored by the Dietrich Law Firm.